Firstly, we'll take a mixer grinder jar into which we'll transfer our dates. We need to coarsely ground these dates, so you need to give about 3 to 4 pulses. After pulsating, you will see the date will become like this. Then we need to heat a non-stick pan in which we'll dry roast poppy seeds. We'll roast it on medium to high flame. It will take approximately 2 to 3 minutes to roast poppy seeds. After roasting poppy seeds, we'll switch off the flame and we'll remove it from the pan. In the same pan, we'll melt clarified butter or desi ghee. Now we need to roast our chopped dry fruits, cashew nuts, and here goes my pistachios. We need to roast dry fruits on medium to high flame for 3 to 5 minutes till these becomes little crisp. After a few minutes, we'll add melon seeds. We have now switched off the flame and we'll remove these dry fruits in another plate. In the same pan, we'll heat 1 tablespoon of ghee. We'll add dates in it. Initially, it will be little difficult to mix it, but when the mixture gets heated, then the dates will become soft. Simply cook this mixture for 3 to 4 minutes on medium to high flame. Just look at it. Now it has become soft. Now we'll add our roasted nuts and we'll mix it well. When it becomes a whole non-sticky mass like this, then we'll switch off the flame. We'll transfer this material in a plate. Once you're able to work on the material, then we'll roll it out to prepare a log. Then on a flat surface, we'll spread our roasted poppy seeds and we'll cover our date log with poppy seeds completely from all the sides. We'll take an aluminium sheet like this and we'll cover it tightly on top of the roll. We need to place the cylindrical roll in refrigerator for at least 2 hours for setting. Here is our khajur roll ready. We are cutting 1 centimeter thick roll and likewise we'll cut all other date rolls. Here are my date rolls ready to serve. To prepare gajar ki barfi, we'll take half a kg of carrots. So you need to wash and peel the carrots. After that, instead of usual grating the carrots which we normally do to prepare gajar ka halwa or gajar ki barfi, we will opt out a simpler way. What we need to do is we need to roughly cut all the carrots in this manner. So after cutting all the carrots, then we need to chop these carrots using a chopper. Now let's start to prepare our gajar ki barfi. Heat a kadhai or a heavy bottomed pan. Into this we'll melt 1.5 tablespoon of desi ghee. Then we'll add our chopped carrots in it. After that, we need to saute the carrots till the carrots are cooked nicely. We need to cook the carrots on low to medium flame. It will take approximately 10 to 12 minutes to cook the carrots. Once the carrots are cooked, then we'll add 3/4 cup of sugar in it, which is approximately 150 grams. So for half kg of carrots, I'm adding 150 grams of sugar. After adding sugar, you will see that the mixture will loosen up as sugar will melt down. So continue to saute it with frequent stirrings for another 10 minutes or so. Gradually you will see that this mixture will dry up. So after that we'll add cardamom powder. I'm adding half a teaspoon of it. Mix it well and you can also see that the mixture has dried up. At this stage we'll add our mawa or khoya. This is 150 grams of khoya I'm using for half kg of carrots. Then we'll combine both sugar and carrot mixture with khoya or mawa. One can use the backside of the spatula to combine everything nicely in this manner. And our barfi mixture is ready. It has thickened up properly, therefore we are able to move it with the help of a spatula. At this stage, we'll switch off the flame and then we'll transfer the mixture in a greased tray. I've greased the tray with desi ghee. Just flatten out the mixture and depending upon the height of the barfi you want, you can set it out nicely. Then we'll top it up with few chopped cashew nuts and pistachios. After that, we need to set the barfi for at least 2 to 3 hours or until the time it is set completely. Have a closer look at it. Our delicious, lovely, yummy gajar ki barfi is ready. To begin with, we'll take 1 cup of cheese in a bowl. This is the combination of Cheddar and mozzarella cheese. However, you can even use pizza cheese or processed cheese if you feel like. After that, we'll add half a cup of breadcrumbs. I've already shared the recipe of how to make breadcrumbs at home, so do check out the link in the description box. Also, you can click the I button above. Then we have added 2.5 tablespoons of rice flour to make a cheese ball crispy and little salt as per taste. Ensure that we have already added cheese which has salt in it, so adjust the quantity of salt as per your taste. And here comes little black pepper powder or the kali mirch. After that, add freshly chopped coriander. You can even add parsley. Add little water. And now we need to combine all the ingredients well. So just use the required amount of water to combine everything nicely. We'll get a dough kind of a mixture. With a very light hand, just mix everything well. Here is our material ready for cheese balls. Let's prepare small balls using it. So we'll take small portion of it and we'll just prepare small balls in our palms. Roll it nicely. We need to ensure that there are no cracks on the surface of the ball. So roll it really very well. So here is our first ball ready. Likewise, we'll prepare all other cheese balls. Here I have prepared all my cheese balls. With this much amount of mixture, you can easily prepare 13 to 15 balls. Now to give a final crispy coating, I will just dip all the balls in milk and then we'll coat it with breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs will give nice crispiness to our cheese balls. However, this step is completely optional. You can directly fry the cheese balls without giving this breadcrumb coating. So likewise, I will coat all my cheese balls. All the cheese balls are ready to go in my preheated air fryer. I have already preheated the air fryer at 180 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. Now we'll place the balls in it. You can even use a baking sheet or parchment paper at the base of the basket. And then we need to air fry the cheese balls at 180 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes first. And of course, if you do not have an air fryer, then you can simply deep fry it in hot oil or bake it in oven. After 5 minutes, we'll check it out. Just look at this color. Now we need to shake the basket a bit so that all the balls loosen out a bit. And again, we'll air fry it at 180 degrees Celsius for 5 more minutes until the balls becomes absolutely crisp. After 10 minutes of air frying, have a look at my crispy cheese balls. The color is so attractive and we have got nice crispy coating because of the breadcrumbs we have used, and also because of cheese. Kids will truly love it. Firstly, we'll prepare marinade for our tikka. For this, we'll take 1 cup of curd or dahi, into which we'll add variety of seasonings. Here comes roasted cumin seeds powder or the jeera powder. You can adjust the quantities of all the seasonings as per your taste. Then we'll add little black pepper powder or the kali mirch. Here comes rock salt or kala namak. After that, we are adding half a teaspoon of kasturi methi. These are chili flakes. It's optional. If you want to avoid it, you can do so. Here I am adding onion powder. I have already shared the recipe of how to prepare onion powder at home. So do check out the link in the description box. This is the ginger powder. Both these ingredients are optional. Then we will add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder or haldi. 1 teaspoon of coriander seeds powder or the dhania powder. Here I am adding 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. This is pudina powder. Then we will add half a teaspoon of garam masala. And lastly, we will add salt as per taste. I am also adding half a teaspoon of colored red chili powder. And now we need to mix all the ingredients together. I will also add 2 tablespoons of homemade cream or malai. You can also add fresh cream. This will give nice creamy flavor to our tikka. Mix it well, and this is our marinade for tikka ready. For chop, I am using these colored soya chop pieces, though you can also use those soya sticks which are available in the market. Generally for tikka, I prefer to use this. Now what you need to do is simply steam the chop for 5 minutes and then cut it into small pieces. If you are using those sticks, then cut it into 4 to 5 small pieces. I am cutting this one piece in 2 parts. You can see how soft and porous is my chop. These are absolutely fresh. Have a look at the inside part of the chop. And now my chop are ready to go in marinade. In our prepared marinade, I am adding orange food color. Add in all the cut pieces of soya chop in it. And using your hands, now we need to coat all the pieces nicely with the marinade. Each piece should be coated well. We need to keep soya chop in this marinade at least for 2 to 3 hours. The longer you keep this marinated chop, the more flavorful it will be. So you can keep this bowl in refrigerator as well. After 2 hours, we'll place all these marinated soya chop in these skewers. Then we'll place our skewers in it. At a time, you can place 3 to 4 skewers in it depending upon the size of chop pieces. That's about it. So our soya chop tikka is ready to go in air fryer. We'll air fry it at 200 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes first. After 5 minutes, we'll check it out. At this stage, we'll give a nice coating of butter in it to give a nice sheen and glaze to our soya chop tikka. So brush butter on it. Butter will also give nice flavor to our soya chop tikka. And again, we'll air fry at 200 degrees Celsius for 5 more minutes. It's been 10 minutes and here is our soya chop tikka ready to serve. Drizzle little butter on top. You will really love the flavors of the soya chop tikka prepared at home. It will taste just like the way you get it from street.